Welcome back inside the Simplified Technology Solutions Intermissions Report. Saturday night, the Austin Bruins taking on the Minot Minotauros on back-to-back nights here at Riverside Arena. Before we get to the recap of the first 20 minutes of action, let's go ahead and take a listen to an interview I had earlier this week with Bruins assistant captain Peter Jacobs. Peter, thanks for taking the time out of your busy week. I know you got Minot coming in town this week, so thanks again for taking the time to do this and talking with the Austin fans.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. I always love doing this.
I want to talk to you a little bit about you personally. This is obviously your second year with the Austin Bruins, and you're having much more success this year than you did last year. And that's not a knock on last year. That's just a testament to your improvement. And in a year when the NAHL is supposedly one of the most difficult leagues in the country in junior hockey, simply because of, you talk about the condensation of teams with so many teams not playing due to COVID and the USHL teams not playing and Canadian leagues not playing. What's been your secret this year? What has enabled you to be one of the Bruins' top scorers?
I think a big thing for me that's always in the back of my mind, something that our owner, Mike Cooper, has said. He said at the beginning of the year, and he actually just reiterated it to us in a meeting we had last week. But a big thing that kind of stuck with me, something that he said, was that a couple teams in the NA this year just looked at the whole COVID situation. They're like, I think we're going to fold, or we're not going to play this year. It would be very easy for any team in the NA really to just kind of say, you know what, like, it's too hard of a year. Let's take a year off. Teams in the USHL, the whole BCHL did it too. And it's just like, it's a hard year for teams to continue about in a normal way. And so really what Mike Cooper and the whole Austin Bruins staff has allowed us to do is they kept the Bruins running, and it not only just for like the fans, and for the whole organization, but like for players. And what Mike Cooper has said, like for our age out guys and guys who don't have commitments yet. And so, basically, like, I look at that, and in addition to everything that, my training throughout my whole life pretty much is, I've dedicated myself to hockey and trying to get a Division I scholarship. And I just look at this as like, they're giving me an opportunity, and I want to complete the journey. I want to get it done, not only for myself and my family, but also for these guys who are, putting the organization out on the line to give me an opportunity to really achieve something. So I think that's one thing. And then another thing too is our head coach, Steve Howard. He looks to guys to step up in their second and third years and play a bigger role. And I think that's something that I really wanted to do coming in this year. And I hope I've fulfilled that so far. And I want to keep on trying to make everyone on the team better every single day, especially our rookies, help them learn and play a big role for the team and for our coaches.
Well, in talking with head coach Steve Howard, I mentioned something to him last week, just in casual conversation. We were talking about you, and I had mentioned that, you're one of the leading scorers on this team, and you're a guy that just doesn't call attention to yourself. You slowly rise up the ranks by just doing the right thing at the right time, and you're getting the benefits of working hard. You're taking this interview while at the rink right now, getting ready for an ice bath with 2 games coming up against the Minotauros. You're constantly thinking about the game of hockey. And what he relayed to me was that you were one of those guys where it doesn't matter who he puts you on a line with or who he slots in on the other side. You're always going to get things done because you always work hard and you get it done. What does that mean to you to hear that and know that all your hard work is paying off, not only on this, the score sheet and in the standings, but also just for yourself as a player and your growth?
Well, that obviously means a ton coming from Coach Steve. But I've always kind of looked at it as, I want to trust the process, right? Like coming from AA in San Diego to AAA and going to Colorado, and then going to juniors. Like I never really looked at it as like, oh, I want to get a college commitment when I'm, 16 years old. I never really looked at it like that. It's just like, okay, work hard at the level I'm at, be the best player at the level I'm at, and good things will happen. And I'm just going to trust the process. And that's kind of what I'm doing here now. And I don't want to look at anything that might be a distraction. I'm just going to, trust it and keep my head down and keep working hard and as hard as I can to try and achieve something for this team and also for myself.
And when we look at your points total, you had 18 total points last year in 51 games. You now have 21. You've eclipsed that number in 37. Is there anything you're doing differently this year that you can, when you look back on it and go, you know what, I made this change in the offseason. I'm pretty sure this is, benefiting me in a positive way this year. Were there a couple things that you changed or any one thing in particular that you might have, just shuffled in the offseason that's benefiting you this year?
Maybe a little bit here and there, but I think the biggest thing with me and going back is something that actually my dad has talked to me quite a bit about is at every level, I seem to really develop and get better as time goes on. Like, playing 16U, 18U, have like pretty good stats. And then like my last year of 18s is when I really kind of exploded. And then I got, I got a tender here. Mm-hmm. And then came here first year. Yeah. My rookie year, I don't know. It was an okay year. I feel like I definitely could have done better, and it kind of stinks that the season got cut short. But it was my rookie year. But I kind of just, like I said, trust the process. Come in this year and really explode. And I feel like I've been, maybe putting up good numbers, but we definitely need everyone right now to get back in the playoff picture. So I think, as time goes on, like, I just kind of learn the level that I'm at and try and master it. And I think this year I'm definitely I have a lot more poise and control. And I think I just know what to do more. Like I'm not like maybe my rookie year, maybe I was a little bit timid here or there, but I think now I know what needs to be done, how it needs to be done. And, I go out there and I'm a lot more confident this year. I think confident is the biggest thing. And Steve always says it. My dad always says it, is you want to be confident with the puck. And I think that I'm very confident this year and, going into college too, like as the years go on, freshman year, sophomore, as I think every year I'll continue to get better and better and better and just be a player that Division I school is looking for.
Well, let's dive into the matchup this weekend. The Bruins taking on the Minot Minotauros. By the time this airs, you'll have already played the Toros in one complete game on Friday night. But we already talked to Justin Fisher. I kind of want to hear from a player. What's been the mantra all week this week in terms of how to defeat the Minotauros? What have you guys been working on that you think gives you the advantage going into these games this weekend?
Well, obviously we try not to look at every team, or like we look at all teams as, a team that we can beat. And I definitely think we have the chance to beat Minot. I mean, any team can beat any team in our division, especially. It's a great division, but we just went about business as usual. And, we're just try to prepare during the week. I think it's a big matchup this weekend. I think the Wilderness are in fourth place right now, and they're 4 points ahead of us. So, it's a big 4 points for us this weekend, and we can climb right back into that fourth place playoff spot, so it's big, really big.
Well, we look forward to watching out there on the ice through this home stretch of the regular season. And like you said, hopefully the playoffs. So good luck out there, Peter. Thanks again for the time. And we look forward to watching you and talking to you again. Yeah,
thanks, TJ. I appreciate it.
That was Bruins forward Peter Jacobs. We've got plenty more coming up on the Simplified Technology Solutions Intermissions Report after this. This is Austin Bruins Hockey on Power 96 and Hockey TV.